So I have this kind of tradition now where every December me and my friends get together and test our maxes just to kind of see where we're at the end of the year and how it compares to how we did the year before. Now the first year that we actually did this was December of 2021. So last December in 2022 was the first time we've actually got to compare how we did in exactly a year. Now for me, I was really excited to see the results of this because I put a lot of work into my lifts this year and I was expecting to see some pretty big increases, and I also gained a little bit of weight and some muscle, so I was very interested to see how much I would have changed in 1 year. So to set a little background first, in December 2021 I weighed about 71 kg, and my lifts that year, though I don't have a video of all of them, were 120 kg on the bench press, 140 kg on the squat, and which sadly I don't have a video of, 160 kg on the deadlift. So I'll have the translations of those into pounds on the screen, but that's where I was last year in 2021. I was 19 years old, weighed about 71 kg, and I was pretty happy with them for a long time. And at the start of 2022, I really didn't make much progress at all until I kind of started to realise in the middle of 2022 that this could be a lot better. Like, yeah, it's one thing to be proud of your lifts, and you can definitely do that. You can be proud of them, you can be happy, but to kind of not expect any more and to lay off them, which is what I did at the start of the year, is the wrong attitude. And also my focus was in different areas. I was doing some boxing training, some more cardio, but something clicked in the middle of the year where I kind of decided, you know what, I really want to get these lifts up, in particular my leg lifts, because I thought that in comparison to my bench they were slightly behind, and just in general I think my leg lifts were delayed since my first year or two. Sadly I was always skipping leg day, but now that I'd found enjoyment in the leg lifts and I really loved the squat and the deadlift, I thought I really want to get some extra weight on these exercises because I just feel like I can do more, that's just how I felt at the time. Also, I was kind of training specifically for the squat and deadlift, so in the year of 2022 I did cut out a lot of accessory movements for the legs, ones that I thought weren't particularly necessary to increase just my strength on the exercise. I was still doing leg press, leg extensions, leg curls essentially some of the time, not too often, but most days it was just squatting and deadlifting. And again, I really think that helped me out. I'd switched my deadlift stance from sumo to conventional in this year, which was very difficult, but the reason I did it wasn't actually even because of the whole sumo cheating thing. It was because I was actually feeling quite injured when I was in the sumo stance, because I did feel stronger in the sumo stance and I preferred that, so I would lift with like that. But as it kind of started to grind away at my injury, I just realised this isn't really a choice anymore. I have to do conventional. And after about a month or two of adapting to conventional, I actually think I found that I was stronger in conventional, which means that I was able to increase my deadlift even more. Squatting, I was focused a lot more on depth and trying to make sure I was getting past parallel, because last year with my 140 squat, I think it was parallel, but there was a little bit of, it was just on the border, and this year I wanted it to be a lot more clean. And yeah, I guess let's just look at the results and see how that worked out. So in December of 2022, last month as it is right now, I'm filming this in January of 2023, I weigh 75 kg. So I weighed about 76 at one point and then kind of lost a little bit. Could have just been water weight, I'm not sure. Didn't really seem to impact how I look, how I feel, how I lifted, so kind of like just throwing it on the back burner for now, ignoring that. I weigh about 75 kg now, and I weighed about 75 kg at the time of the lifts. So about a 4 kg improvement from last year, about where I wanted to be, pretty happy with that. A lot more weight and muscle to contribute to the lifts. Now I will say before I go through the results that my big aim for this year and for this December was to hit 200 kilograms on the deadlift. That's what I was focusing on all year. I previously failed it, which you can see a video of here. I had tried it so many times and it was just not moving. I even tried it sumo. I tried multiple attempts and I just could not get that weight up. and I really wanted to get that for this year, and it was my major focus. Now, with that in context, let's have a look at the results. Let's have a look at how I did this year. So in December of 2022, we started with the squat. Now, we did it kind of like, you would do a actual powerlifting meet: squat, rest, bench, rest, deadlift, getting the 3 lifts out the way with. Now, obviously, that is very taxing. It's very taxing to go from your max on each exercise to the next, and I wouldn't necessarily expect us to have performed how we could in our peak. But the idea of this is just to have a little bit of fun, just to see how we are. The idea of this is just to have a little fun, just to see how strong we are. I wasn't too deadly serious about these results. I will be individually testing my maxes again later on this year. But at the time, that's how we set it out. So we started with the squat. The squat I went into kind of feeling like was my weakest of the 3, not in the sense that it was the least improvement in weight, but just that I kind of felt like I wasn't going to hit the target that I had set for the year. In the month of December, I hit 160 kilograms on the squat. Now, this isn't even actually my max. It was a poor performance on the day, I think. I didn't feel great on the squats. A little bit of tight hips kind of threw me off, and again, having that deadlift in my mind, worrying about that. But I did go for 170, which was my goal, and I could not get that up. And from there, I could only really get 160, but I will say that I've also lifted 165, which is what I consider as my current max on a separate day.
Oh no.
Yeah,
This moments before disaster, this.
Like we
Come on!
to the drop.
Just a month before, so I'll put a video for that as well. So for the day, my result was 160 kg. My actual max that I've lifted is 165 kg. From there, we moved on to the bench press. So I've already uploaded a video talking about the bench press and how to increase it, because, man, I hit a plateau after last year. Last year, I hit 120 kg on the bench, which I was so happy with. I was over the moon with that, and I kind of just got stuck there for a while. Wasn't benching for a long time. Even when I was, I just couldn't get past that blockade. I even dropped behind it a little bit for a while, and then it didn't help that I was focusing so much on my leg lifts this year, trying to increase them, that I might have neglected my bench a little bit in that way. However, I did increase my bench that year. Maybe it's just due to the weight that I gained. I don't know, and to be honest, I don't really care because I was happy with it. I benched 125 kg.
Come on. Easy, easy.
Which was quite light, and to be honest, even though it is still my current max 125 kg, I think I'm very close to hitting 130 kg bench coming up this year, which I think I could probably hit now, but I want to wait until I'm certain of it and get it really clean when I do hit it. But as it stands now, and as for December, my result on the bench press was 125 kg, 5 kg increase. So the deadlift, this was the big focus of the year, and at this point I was kind of feeling not amazing. My squat, I didn't hit my target. My bench, I increased, but only by 5 kg. I went for 130 and failed it. The day wasn't feeling amazing. I was feeling tired. My legs were hurting, and I just thought, there's no way this deadlift is happening. I've tried it recently, and I couldn't lift it. There's no way that today's the day. But I set off, I did my warm-up, and when I got there, I loaded 200 onto the bar because the warm-up didn't feel too bad, and I thought, you know what, we just go for this now, and we see if I can get it. And I actually did hit the deadlift, which is a video of here.
God, yes, boss. Lockout.
Over the moon, honestly. I'm so happy with this. It's a massive increase from last year. 40 kilograms added onto my deadlift. My deadlift in general just felt stronger this year. My legs have increased massively in strength, and I feel like I've only just begun. I feel like I'm definitely gonna have so much more in the bag for next December, or this December, sorry, even. But yeah, I was happy with these results. 160, 165, 125, 200. Very happy. Now, where do I move on from this? So my current max is, as I've said, they're good, but I don't want to make the same mistake as last year where I get too happy with them and just kind of like throw them on the back burner and move on to other things. I'm already kind of focusing on hypertrophy, building muscle, and a few months from now I'm going to use that, hopefully weight gain and muscle gain, to switch back to a full body split and gain a bit more strength, which is kind of where I'm looking at what my goals are for next December. So kind of setting my goals for next December now, maybe a little bit aspirational, but I don't want to set the bar too low at all. I'd like to see a 140 kg bench, I'd like to see a 180 kg squat, and I'd like to see a 220 kg deadlift. Now the reason I picked those weights is because it would be 3 plates on the bench, 4 plates on the squat, and 5 plates on the deadlift, which is something that I've always thought I want to do. It was kind of like a lifelong goal for me. But where I'm at right now, I feel like potentially I could have that by December. It just depends on if my training goes well and if my weight gain and my muscle gain goes well. I'd like to be maybe 80 kg when I hit those. Right now I'm putting a lot more focus on the bench press, so I'm kind of switching back. If 2022 was the year of the legs, 2023 is going to be the year of the bench press, get that back up. Obviously I'm going to need to put a lot of leg work into to hit those targets, because I think 180 kg on the squat is probably the most daunting of those that I've set, because my squat is not doing so well right now, but we'll see how it goes. And but yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So thanks for watching. So comment below, let me know what you think about the maxes. Let me know what you think about my plan for next year. Does it sound right? Is there something else I should consider in my plan? Do you think I can hit those weights? Would your bets in the comments? And subscribe if you want to see my next videos coming out. I'm going to have some videos about my new plan that I'm doing, the push-pull plan, which I've kind of wrote out for myself. Kind of all of this is to do with this new goal and hitting these new weights next year. That's the kind of overarching theme of all of this training that I'm going to be doing this year. So stay tuned for all of that, and thanks for watching.